Chapter 9, the appearance of the demon Vritasura. So we heard how Indra was chanting the Narayana Kavacha mantra. So then chapter 9 describes about how what mentions about Vishwarupa having 3 heads. And the chapter begins with telling about how Indra was offering to the demigods, Indraya Namaha, Agnaye Namaha, and like this. And then in a low voice, he was also offering to the demons. Loud voice he was offering to the demigods, and then in a very low voice, without people knowing, he was offering to the demigods too. Because he felt some partiality. Now, Vishwarup is the son of Twashta, and Twashta, his mother and father were?
Mother from the demon family and father from the...
Huh?
Mother is from the demon family.
No. Twashta.
Oh, so it is from...
His father.
The demigods.
His father is Kashyapa.
Kashyapa.
So what mother is? Huh?
Didi? No.
Aditi.
Aditi.
Aditi is mother of the demigods.
Okay.
Aditi is mother of the demon.
So Twashta is the brother of Indra.
No.
Because Indra's father is Kashyapa and mother is Aditi.
Huh?
Also Indra's father is Kashyapa and mother is Aditi.
Indra's father.
Yeah.
I thought Indra is from... Indra is one of the... Isn't Kashyapa and Vaibhava?
Isn't Vamanadev called Upendra because he is the brother of Indra? Because they come from Kashyap and Aditi.
Yeah. But see, Indra is a position. It's not just a person, it's a position. So he was given that position, Indra. The Lord himself chose him, and you become Indra. So he appointed Indra to that position. Give him the title Indra. Who he is and where is he from? He's one of the demigods. The demigods are all children of Kashyapa and Aditi. So he's one of the demigods. So Kashyapa and Aditi, they have many children. And Kashyapa and Aditi, they're the parents of the demigods. So Twashta is from that family.
So Twashta wants to
Huh?
So Twashta wants to kill his brother.
So Twashta
wants to kill Indra, who may be his brother.
well, because Indra killed his son. So he wants to get revenge. Right? It's not that, well, you have to consider what he did. What did Indra do? Indra killed Vishwarup. Vishwarup was Twashta's own son. And he, taught him and brought him up and everything. And then Indra had appointed him to be the guru. Mm-hmm. And he appointed somebody to be the guru, and then he killed him. Mm-hmm. So, what kind of person is that? And later you'll hear Vishwarup say like that on the battlefield. He say, "You, what kind of hero are you? You know that you came and with you you didn't even challenge him to fight or anything. You just came and killed him. But you didn't give him any chance. He was a brahmana. He was a pure, faultless brahmana, and you came and killed him. And he was your guru. You had asked him to be your guru, and then you come and kill him." There was a case like that also in ISKCON. I remember one time. There was somebody who was a guru, One of his disciples killed him.
In ISKCON?
Huh?
In ISKCON?
Huh?
In ISKCON?
Yeah. Yeah, it was, well, they'd gone out of ISKCON actually. They'd gone out of ISKCON. But initially they were in ISKCON, but then they had a lot of problems. Anyway, that was another thing.
And the guru died?
They cut off his head.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway, Indra also kills Vishwarup because he's angry. Why is he angry? He's so worried. He's afraid that he will lose his power. So this is attachment to the material, attached to the material things. You do these things spontaneously. Indra, he didn't think about it. Like Arjuna on the battlefield at Kurukshetra, Arjuna thinks about it. Is it right or not? Am I doing the right thing or not? Arjuna's thinking about it. What to do, what not to do. But Indra, he didn't think about it. Impulsively, he just came and killed Vishwarup. He was so afraid, he was so attached to his material position. And after he did it, then he felt bad. He wants to repent. He felt very guilty. And so that's why he took the sinful reactions. And he suffered for 1 year. And he suffered for a year, and then he gave the reactions away. He distributed the reactions to 4 people. But there's still a trace of sin there. You don't get free of all the sin, because he did something very serious. He killed Vishwarup, murdered some. So he's still got some sinful reaction there. Although he tried to give away the sinful reactions to other people who were indebted to him, he still had to keep some of the reaction on himself. And that's why what happened later, he killed the Brahmin again. He didn't just kill one Brahmana, he killed Vishwarup, but later on he's going to kill Vritasura. Yes. So the sinful desire, the desire seed is still there in the heart, and later on he will kill Vishwarup.
Why is this Vritasura is called as Asura?
Huh?
Why Vritasura is called as Asura? Because Vishwarup was a nice Brahman. He is born of Tvashta, and Vritasura also same. Even Vishwarup was having his mother as a demon.
Well, Vritasura is fighting for the demons. He's fighting against the demigods.
Okay.
Right? He's fighting against the demigods. He's come to fight. And he's leading the demon army against the demigods. So he's an Asura. Vrita. Asura.
Actually, he was Brahmana, right? Actually, he was Brahmana.
Yeah, still Brahmana. Yeah. Brahmana, but in the body of Asura. You've got the Brahmanas in the Asura body. So Indra gave away his sin, but he didn't get completely free from his sin. And so he gave away the sin. We discussed that already. When, like, what, you give water and he the father, Twasta, is chanting the mantra. Wrong! Indra, who is the enemy, becomes the enemy of Indra. So he gets somebody who's going to be enemy of Indra. And Indra, who is an enemy. So then we hear about the creation of Vritasura. He comes out from the sacrificial fire, created by Twasta. And his form is described. He's gigantic. You know, he's just Vrita, his body is spread everywhere. And it's growing day after day. And he's blackish. And he appeared like a burnt hill. And the hair on the demon's body were the color of melted copper. And his eyes were like the midday sun. And he's holding a trident. He's dancing and shouting with a loud voice. And he made the entire surface of the earth tremble as if there were an earthquake. He yawned again and again, as if he was trying to swallow the whole sky with his mouth, which was as deep as a cave. He seemed to be licking up all the stars in the sky with his tongue and eating the entire universe with his long, sharp teeth. Seeing the gigantic demon, everyone in fear ran here and there in all directions. The demigods were all afraid. That very fearful demon was actually the son of Twasta, covered all the planetary system by dint of austerity. Therefore he was named Vritra, or one who covers everything. Because the demon covered all the planetary systems, his name was Vritrasura. So then the demigods, headed by Indra, they charged the demon with their soldiers, striking him with their bows and arrows. But Vritrasura swallowed all their weapons. Text 20. Struck with wonder and disappointment upon seeing the strength of the demon, the demigods lost their own strength. So they all met together to try to please the super soul, the personality of Godhead Narayana, by worshipping him. And the demigods worship the Lord. Who do the demons worship?
No one.
Huh? Who do the demons worship?
Shukracharya?
Yeah, well, but they also worship
Lord Shiva?
Yes. People, some worship Lord Shiva, some worship Lord Brahma, some worship Durga.
Yeah.
They worship these different personalities. They don't worship the Supreme Lord Vishnu.
Here they can.
There's always a fight between the Shivites and the Vaishnavas. They've been fighting for a long time. And Sri Rangam, down in Tamil Nadu, Sri Rangam, there was a great fight many times. The Shivite kings would come and attack. They wanted to kill all the Vaishnava, and many died. Great battles were fought there. The Shivites and the Vaishnavas fought. So there always have these wet fights going on between them for since a long time. Been fighting with each other. So the demigods are worried. So they pray to the Supreme Lord. And the prayers are here, beginning text 21. The demigods are praying to the Lord. And they're praying to the Lord. They want His protection. They don't just want His protection. They're going to ask, what are they going to ask for? What do they want?
Kingdom.
Huh?
They get
No, to kill Vritasura.
Huh?
They want to kill Vritasura.
They want?
To kill Vritasura.
Yeah, they want. Who do they want to kill Vritasura?
Lord Vishnu.
Huh? Yeah.
Lord Vishnu.
Yeah, they want Lord Vishnu to kill the demon for them. They're asking the Lord to kill the demon for them. Is Lord Vishnu going to do it for them? No. He's going to tell you, do it yourself. I'm not going to do your dirty work. But they offer very nice prayers. Their prayers are very nice. Prabhupada writes in the purport here, text 20. Text 20, I think it is. 21, isn't it? Taking shelter, he said, the Lord is known as Abhaya, fearless. The time factor is fearful to everyone. Fear personified is afraid of the Lord, who is therefore known as Abhaya, fearless. Taking shelter of the Lord brings fearlessness, and therefore the demigods decided to take shelter of the Lord. Right? Take shelter of the Lord. That is real fearlessness. And then they give another example in text 22, talking about if you take shelter of anybody else other than the Supreme Lord, it's like trying to hold the tail of a dog to cross the ocean. And some people, I used to see every morning when I go for a walk, I used to see this man swimming in the sea with a dog, And the dog would swim with him, and he'd have the dog pull him, And the dog was swimming, and the dog would be pulling the man in the sea. And so, the dog cannot swim across the sea. So, the same way, if you take shelter of anybody other than the Supreme Lord, then you're not going to get very far. You have to take shelter of the Supreme Lord. Alright, so the demigods offer prayers and they're talking to the Lord. And they say, we're not able to see the Lord. This is text number 25. They talk about we're not able to see the Lord. The personality of Godhead who created us by His external potency, and by whose mercy we expand the creation of the universe, is always situated before us as the super soul, but we cannot see His form. We are unable to see Him because all of us think that we are separate and independent gods. So that's why they cannot see. That's why they cannot see the Lord. But He's there as a super soul. But we cannot see Him. Because we're thinking we are separate and independent gods. And the purport Prabhupada writes, however insignificant we are, we think that we are also God, that we can create a universe, or that we can create another God. That is why we cannot see or understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? We think we are also God. So, we're thinking we're another God. And then in text number 2627, then he speaks about the Prakriti and Purusha. Remember Prakriti and Purusha? We studied a lot in the Bhagavad Gita about Prakriti and Purusha. So, here in the purport it says, Sridhar Swami in his commentary, Bhavarta Dipika, replies to the idea that Prakriti and Purusha are the cause of the cosmic manifestation. What does Prakriti mean?
Material
Material
nature.
nature.
And Purusha means what?
Supreme Lord.
Huh?
Purusha. So
Enjoyer.
the enjoyer of the Prakriti.
Yeah, it can be the living entities. We could say the Param Purusha is the Supreme Lord. He's the real Purusha. But we are also tiny Purushas. We are living entities. So living entities are Purusha and Prakriti, material nature. So the Supreme Cause, represented as male and female creative energy. So Prakriti and Purusha appear to be the causes of the material manifestation. Both are emanations of different energies of the Lord. But the Lord is the cause of Prakriti and Purusha. He is the original cause. Both Prakriti and Purusha are inferior and superior energies, and they're both energies, emanations from the Supreme Lord. Prakriti is not independent. Everything comes from Krishna. So Krishna is the original cause. To generate the universe, the Lord acts indirectly as the Purusha and directly as the Prakriti. Because both energies emanate from Lord Vasudeva, the all-pervasive personality of Godhead. He is known as both Prakriti and Purusha. Therefore, Vasudeva is the cause of everything. So Prakriti and Purusha, they come from the Supreme Lord. So He's the original cause of everything, not Prakriti and Purusha. Prakriti and Purusha, they are caused by the Lord. So that, to answer that question, yeah?
In the beginning of this purport, it is mentioned that Sridhar Swami commented that the Prakriti and Purusha are coming from the cosmic manifestation. Are the cause of the cosmic manifestation?
They are? Where is it? Let me see.
In the beginning of the purport.
Fourth line, I think.
Sridhar Swami in his commentary replies to the idea that Prakriti and Purusha are the causes. So it's not that he's accepting that, but he's replying. Some people, like Sankhya philosophy, Sankhya, people who accept Sankhya philosophy, they may say Prakriti and Purusha the cause. They're atheistic philosophies. But Sridhar Swami is pointing out that Prakriti and Purusha, they are the energies of the Supreme Lord. And they are caused by Him.
The idea, okay. Thank you.
So it's not that he's accepting the Prakriti and Purusha, but he's responding to that theory. But these are both energy, these are just energies. But the energetic is the Supreme Lord, the cause of everything. And then we hear about the Lord, how He's surrounded, Lord Narayan, He has 16 personal attendants, decorated with ornaments, appearing exactly like Him. The Lord's servants, the servants of Lord Narayan, they appear like Him, but without the mark of Srivatsa and the Kastuba jewel. So the difference between the Lord and His devotees. He has the Srivatsa, they don't. And then they continue to offer prayers, and we will see they're offering prayers to different forms of the Lord. In the beginning they're talking about Vishnu, but later on they're going to speak about Lord Krishna. If you go up to text 34, they introduce about Lord Krishna. Previously they've been speaking about Lord Vishnu, Narayan, but now they start to talk about Krishna. And think Lord Krishna is always in His abode in Vrindavan. But this is difficult for conditioned souls to understand. But devotees can understand how Krishna doesn't go through any change, and at the same time He can be in His abode, and at the same time He's everywhere. He's all-pervading. So when we say that something is all-pervading, then the Mayavadis will take up that, and they will say that, yeah, the Lord is everywhere. He's all-pervading. So He does not need a transcendental form. The Mayavadis, they don't believe that there's such a thing as a spiritual form. They say ultimately it's spiritual, everything is just simply one, and there's no variety. There's no form there. So the Mayavadis, they say that there's no need of a transcendental form. And they cannot understand that the Lord keeps a transcendental form, and at the same time He's everywhere, throughout the creation. The Mayavadis don't believe that there's such a thing as Goloka or Vaikuntha planets. They simply believe in What do they say in the spiritual world? What's there? Just simply the Brahman, right? The Sayujya Mukti, the oneness of the Brahman. So they talk about how the Lord is kind to come and kill the different demons. So Prabhupada writes here in the purport of this one verse here, 36. In 36 he's talking about contradictions. He said we should not be astonished to find contradictions in the personality of Godhead. And then he said actually there are no contradictions. That is the meaning of his being supreme. Because he is all-powerful, he is not subject to the conditioned soul's arguments regarding his existence or non-existence. He is pleased to protect his devotees by killing his enemy, by killing their enemies. He enjoys both the killing and the protecting. So this is the Supreme Lord Krishna. Freedom from duality does not apply only to the Lord, but also to his devotees. In Vrindavan, the damsels of Vrindavan enjoy bliss in the company of Krishna, and they feel the same bliss in separation from Krishna and Balaram. There's no question of material pains or pleasures for the Lord, although they are sometimes said to be distressed or happy. One who is Atmarama is blissful in both ways.
So a devotee can also be Atmarama.
Oh yes. Yes, devotees can be Atmarama, but we cannot be Atmarama like Krishna. Lord Krishna is Atmarama, but at the same time he cares about his devotees. Lord Krishna's, an Atmarama, he doesn't care about anybody else, he's just fixed on the Brahman. But Krishna, he's the Supreme, he cares about his devotees. Although he's Atmarama, he's self-satisfied, he doesn't care about him, but he cares about his devotees who have pure love for him.
And devotees are Atmarama in the sense that they serve the Supreme Lord, that is why they are Atmarama.
Well, they're Atmarama in the sense they're not attached to anything material. They're taking pleasure in the spiritual. They've given up all material connection. They have no connection with the material world. But we saw Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami was Atmarama, but he became attracted to hear about Krishna. When he heard people chanting about Krishna, he was attracted. So even Atmarama souls are attracted to hear the glories of Krishna. You can look at text number 39. In the purport. Although non-devotees, because of their meager knowledge and speculative habits, cannot understand the real nature of the Lord, a devotee who has once tasted the nectar from the Lord's lotus feet can realize what transcendental pleasure there is in the Lord's devotional service. A devotee knows that simply by rendering service to the Lord, he serves everyone. Right? A devotee knows simply by rendering service to the Lord, he serves everyone. Is it possible?
Yes.
How?
Example, when you water the root, the whole tree gets nourished. So when you serve the Lord, automatically everybody gets benefit out of it.
Will your family members accept that? Your family members, I'm serving Krishna, I'm serving all of you. Will they accept that?
No.
No. I don't think so. I also don't.
Their acceptance is anyways not important.
Huh?
Their acceptance is not so much important. Eventually, we can see that they're getting all the help what they want. And they are more happier than before.
They're getting all the help they want.
Yeah, naturally, whatever their demands are, the necessities are taken care.
Who's providing for them?
Krishna.
Krishna. Is Krishna providing for everyone? Huh?
Yes. Yes.
Ultimate cause is Krishna. Ultimately, it's Krishna.
But we see people sitting in the street starving, no clothes, they're begging. So who's providing for them?
Krishna is purifying them for a better birth next life.
Krishna is purifying them. That's a purification.
Their karma and
Huh?
whatever karma they earn, accordingly Krishna is providing. And for devotees, he is giving a special care.
Huh. Anyway, we know that by serving Krishna is serving everyone, because Krishna is in the heart of everyone. Of course. Not everybody can understand that. Not everybody will accept that we're serving everyone. And once we've tasted the nectar from Krishna's lotus feet, we can realize what transcendental pleasure there is in devotional service. You have some realization of that? By doing devotional service, by serving Krishna, you get transcendental pleasure?
Yes.
During book distribution, Maharaj.
Really?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
We did book distribution in Chennai along with my Shiksha Shambhala Prabhu. So we were going to go door to door and distributing books. And some people used to come back to the temple and they started chanting. So we felt nice, so something was working out. They started chanting one round and started listening to philosophy.
Oh. Just by going door to door.
Yeah, we did it like continuously for 9 months and some youths started coming and some families started coming to the temple more.
That was in Chennai.
In Chennai 2017 to 18.
Okay. So you got some taste of the nectar, huh? You feel pleasure. So that devotees are the real friends to all living entities. Only a pure devotee can preach the glories of the Lord for the benefit of all conditioned souls. Right? So, you were preaching, are you a pure devotee? Huh? So how can you preach the glories of the Lord?
Just repeat the same message. Just repeat the same message what Srila Prabhupada said in that way.
Yeah, you're repeating the words of the pure devotees, right? We're repeating the words of the pure devotees. We may not be pure, but what we're saying is pure. If we're presenting the message we've heard from the acharyas, from the disciplic succession, then that's pure. So then the demigods go into another point here. If you go ahead, text number 40, it said there are two kinds of devotees, sakama and akama. Pure devotees are akama, and devotees in the upper planetary system, such as the demigods, are called sakama, because they still want to enjoy material opulence. So some devotees, they want to enjoy material opulence, they go to the higher planets. But at heart, they still want to lord over material nature. So these sakama devotees are sometimes disturbed by the demons and the rakshasas. But the Lord is so kind, He always saves them by appearing as an incarnation. Right? There are many examples, like Lord Vamanadev. Lord Vamanadev came, got back the heavenly planets for the demigods, took back the heavenly planets from Bali Maharaj. So Sakama devotees, the demigods. The demigods, when they get trouble, they pray to the Lord for relief. And the Akama devotees, even in the greatest danger, they never disturb the Lord. They will never ask the Lord for anything. Even if an Akama devotee is suffering, he thinks, what does he think?
This is my past sinful reaction.
Yeah, my past sinful activities. And he agrees to suffer. He doesn't want to disturb the Lord. But the Sakama devotees immediately pray to the Lord as soon as they are in difficulty. So they are pious because they're depending on the mercy of the Lord. Right? They're pious because they're remembering.
So till the time we become Akama devotees, we can be Sakama.
And when are you going to become Akama?
Gradually.
When? One day. Just be patient, right? Be patient.
But Maharaj, what I feel that instead of just suffering, it is best to depend on the Krishna. So what they are doing, they will also is more better than Akama devotee.
What's it then?
Instead of instead of just tolerate the suffering. So best that you depend on Krishna, so he will give you protection.
Yes.
So what they are doing with all these demigods, that is more better than suffering. It is thinking logically. Just go to the Lord, give you protection, that's it. So
Go to the Lord.
that is more better.
He said, Better than suffering is this better to approach the Lord. Why do you have to suffer so much?
Better to approach the Lord
Yeah.
rather than to
And get
suffer.
rid of suffering.
Well, is that a very good thing to do?
No.
You know, do we have a right to ask the Lord to take care of our suffering?
No.
Depend on Krishna. At the end, you have to depend on Krishna only.
Mhm.
The samabhunam, substance, is depend.
Anyway, Prabhupada quotes Srimad Bhagavatam, the famous verse, Lord Brahma, Tatenu Kampam, Italian, right? What's it, the mood in that prayer? What is the mood in that prayer? Tatenu Kampam.
Those devotees we have served you for a long time, they have a rightful claim.
Yeah, even their suffering, they continue to do devotional service.
So mind, body.
They're very fixed in Krishna consciousness. They don't give up their Krishna consciousness. Even in the midst of difficulties, they go on praying and serving enthusiastically. So that's the mood. Sakama devotees, they get the Lord, they want the Lord's mercy, they want the Lord to give the results. But they do not immediately become, the Sakama devotees, they're not fit to go back to Godhead. They pray to the Lord to help them to get the results they want. They have some desires, they want something. Just like the demigods, what do they want?
Position.
Huh?
They want their power, their position.
They have Dhanam Janam Sundari. They want Dhanam Janam Sundari.
Yeah, the demigods want to do what?
Enjoy.
Well, they want to get back the kingdom.
Oh.
Right? The demons have defeated them. So they want to get back their kingdom. They want to get the heavenly planets back. They like to kill. Kill the demons. Kill especially Vritrasura. He should be killed. So they want the Lord to do that for them. He should help them. Tell them how they could do that. So you can see in text 41, they're saying the demigods are praying, they're praying to the Lord that the nectarian words from your beautiful face free us from anxiety caused by this Vritrasura, who always pains the course of our hearts. So like that, they're praying to him. And then the next verse also, next verse is 42. The demigods are continuing to pray. The demigods are saying that a pure devotee knows that nothing is unknown to the Supreme Lord. Right? The Supreme Lord knows everything. If we have any difficulty, we have suffering or pain, He knows about it. So we don't have to tell Him everything. Oh, Krishna, I have this problem. He knows your problem. He knows what's your problem. He knows what's going on in your mind. Because He's everywhere. And He's in everything. So He knows everything. So the Lord does not need to be informed about the devotees' inconveniences or conveniences. The pure devotee knows there's no need to ask for any material necessities. We don't need to tell him, oh, I need this money, I need this house, I need this job, I need this, I need a child, I need this, I need that, so many things. So the Lord knows what's going on in your mind.
Yeah. There's so many these yajnas are designed. You do this specific yajna and then you get this result. And then you chant this particular mantra and you get this.
Yeah.
So in ISKCON they keep doing so many varieties of yajna.
But all the yagas we do, it should be for spiritual advancement. We shouldn't be doing any other yagas other than for making progress in Krishna consciousness.
What should be our prayer?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama.
O Supreme Lord Krishna, O Supreme Energy of the Lord Hari, please engage me in your service. Please accept me.
If there is an obstacle in our service to Krishna, then can we approach the Lord for please help us overcome this obstacle so that we can serve you?
There's an obstacle in your service to Krishna?
Yes. And then can we approach the Lord for help?
Well, if you take shelter of Krishna, you can cross over all the obstacles. Right? All the obstacles will be removed by the power of taking shelter of Krishna. You can cross over the ocean of material existence just by taking shelter of Krishna. The problem is you're not thinking of taking shelter of Krishna. You're thinking, well, I have to do this, I have to do that. Only thing we have to do, Savaimana Krishna Padaravani, you have to fix your mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. Then all the obstacles will be taken away. That is the real obstacle. We're not thinking of Krishna, we've forgotten Krishna. That's the obstacle. Once you take shelter of Krishna, then the obstacles will be removed. So Prabhupada writes here, the pure devotee knows there is no need to ask Krishna for any material necessities. You don't need to ask Krishna for him. Oh, I have this obstacle. No. So the demigods are telling the Lord about their distress because they were being attacked by Vritasura. And the demigods, they're apologizing for offering prayers for their safety. A neophyte devotee will approach the Lord to get relief from poverty or distress. Right, the different kinds of devotees. And usually 4 reasons why people surrender to Krishna. Right? 4 reasons, you know that? Right. So a pure devotee, he always engages in the service of the Lord without demanding anything. Krishna is present everywhere. He knows the necessities of his devotees. So there's no need to disturb him by asking him for material things. Right? Why are you disturbing me? Didn't you just read Srimad Bhagavatam? We should not disturb the Lord. And then the next verse goes on, the 41, one need only seek shelter of the shade of the Lord's lotus feet. Then all the material tribulations that disturb him will be subdued. Just as when one comes under the shadow of a big tree, the disturbances caused by the heat of the scorching sun is immediately mitigated without once asking for relief. Right? As soon as you come under the tree, or as soon as you come into the building, you get relief from the scorching sun out there. Right? So the same way we take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, all the troubles, all the problems will be, they won't be so important anymore. You'll feel less disturbed by them. So we have to learn how to take shelter of Krishna. So then, text 44. Therefore, O Lord, O Supreme Controller, O Lord Krishna, please annihilate this dangerous demon Vritasura. So that he's already swallowed all our weapons, our paraphernalia for fighting, all our strength and influence. So you see now the demigods mentioning Krishna. Why are they mentioning Krishna? You know, it's interesting. They're asking Krishna to help them. Right? Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, 4 kinds of people surrender to him, 4 do not. So, the 4 kinds of people who surrender, for mostly people in distress, pray to the Lord. They become almost, when they're praying to Krishna, then they become like pure devotees. And they forget all their problems. So the demigods were praying, they were praying initially to Lord Vishnu. They wanted Lord Vishnu to save them. But now they're praying to Lord Krishna. Of course, there's no difference between Krishna and Vishnu. But Krishna came to this planet in his Vasudeva form to protect his devotees and kill the demons. Krishna comes to punish the atheists and the demons and to satisfy his devotees. So Krishna is the original cause of everything. He is the Supreme Person. He is above Vishnu and Narayan. Krishna is always famous for relieving his devotee from danger. So that's why the demigods are praying to Krishna. They want relief from the danger. And Krishna is very good at saving his devotee. Devotee sacrifices everything for Krishna. Now Krishna wants to give everything for the devotee.
But the demigods are not devotees of Krishna.
What?
Isn't it those who are devotees of Krishna, they wouldn't have like desires like no. But demigods are not worshippers of Krishna, right? They're only worshippers of Narayan.
No, well here you can see they want something. It's more appropriate to pray to Krishna to kill the demon. Lord Vishnu doesn't usually come to kill the demons. Krishna comes to do that. Right? A devotee will pray to Krishna. People who are free from conditioned life, they go to the spiritual world and they get one of 5 kinds of liberation. and they can also associate with Krishna in different rasas. So that is 5 different rasas. Krishna is the origin of pure and spiritual conjugal love. So, Lord Vishnu was happy when he heard the prayers by the demigods. He thought all the prayers were very nice, sincere prayers. He was pleased. And so he said to them, he says to them now, he said, very nice. Your prayers are very good. I'm very pleased with you. Person is liberated by this knowledge. He remembers my exalted position. Devotee is purified by offering prayers in knowledge. This is the source of devotional service to me. Right? Impersonalists, they sometimes they will offer prayers. They will say, they will describe the Lord as being without any name. They offer their prayers. They say, you are this, you are that, but they do not know who they're praying to, because they're impersonalists. So they say there's no real person, there's only oneness, only the Brahman. But a devotee is praying to the person. The devotee says, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhaja. So that's a prayer, personal prayer. So that because the prayers are personal, the devotee can go back to Godhead. But if we pray impersonally, then you want to go back to Godhead. So Lord Vishnu says also, he's a pure devotee, does not ask me for anything. The only thing they want is the opportunity to engage in devotional service. So the demigods, they were waiting, they wanted that Vritrasura to be killed. So the demigods were showing that they're not pure devotees. The Lord wanted the demigods to pray for pure devotion, but instead they prayed for the opportunity to kill their enemy. So that is the difference between a pure devotee and a devotee on the material platform. Indirectly, the Lord regretted that the demigods did not ask for pure devotional service. Right? What did they ask for? Kill the demon. Why? Because they want to hold on to the material world. So they're thinking material assets to be everything. They're thinking their position as demigods or to be Indra, the king of heaven. That is important. Somebody gets a position, prime minister or president, they want to hold on, you know, they don't want to give up. So these people are called misers or kripanas in the Bhagavad Gita, right? Who was a miser?
The one who is not using his human life in service of Krishna is a miser.
Yeah. Kripana. Karpanya dosho. Right. So miserly person, they don't know the goal of life, the ultimate necessity. And so they want temporary, foolish things. Miser, they have money, they just like to count it. They don't spend it. They don't have a wife. They spend money. Right?
One day the thief comes and takes away everything.
So 2 classes of men. There's the Brahmana and the Kripana. So Brahmana always wants spiritual benefit. Brahmanas are intelligent, but Kripanas are foolish. They want material things. Right? So, Prabhupada quotes the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Nice verse from Madhya Lila. Since I am very intelligent, why should I give this fool material prosperity? Instead, I shall induce him to take the nectar of the shelter of my lotus feet and make them forget material enjoyment. So if one prays to God for material possessions in exchange for devotional service, the Lord, who is not foolish like such an unintelligent devotee, shows him special favor by taking away whatever material possessions he has and gradually giving him the intelligence to be satisfied only by rendering service to his lotus feet. So that's a special mercy, right? Special favor. Krishna says, when I am very merciful to someone, special mercy, right? You want the special mercy? Take everything away from him. Just like if the child asks the mother, give me poison, mommy, give me poison, the mother will not give. So materialistic people want material possessions. But an intelligent person, a brahmana, he wants to get out of the material world. That's the real goal of life. So the demigods want one kind of benediction, and the devotees want another. Even devotees of the demigods, they will ask for sense gratification. All requests for benedictions from the demigods are due to material lust. The benedictions will be finished at the end of the cosmic manifestation, along with those who bestow them. If one approaches Lord Vishnu for benedictions, the Lord will give him a benediction that will help him return home back to Godhead. And this is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Right? People who come for blessings, they come to Prabhupada, Swamiji, bless me, give me your blessings. And Prabhupada would say, what blessing do you want? And they would say something stupid. And Prabhupada would say, I bless you to become like this brahmachari and have a nice shaved head, and we'll give you saffron cloth. No, Swamiji, no! They run away. They don't want that blessing. That's the real blessing. So anybody who's not a devotee, who's not engaged in the service of the Lord, is considered a fool with a small quantity of brain. He has a small brain because he's not engaging in devotional service. So then Lord Vishnu, he says to the demigods, he said, what you need to do, you need to go to Dadichi. And Dadichi, he is very good in knowledge and vows and austerity. His body is very strong. Ask him for his body. Ask him for his body. Isn't that a nice thing? Huh? Go and ask him, give me your body. And they tell a story about the Dadichi, that he'd given spiritual knowledge to the Ashwini Kumars. Anyway, there's a story there about how he gave the knowledge through the head of a horse. That story is told. You can read it for yourself about Brahma Vidya. He gave spiritual knowledge to the Ashwini Kumars through the head of a horse, so it's called Ashishwara, Ashvashira, the head of a horse. So Dadichi, he's involved because he had given the Narayana Kavacha to Twasta. Right? Dadichi's invincible protective covering was known as the Narayana Kavacha, and it was given to Twasta. And Twasta gave that Narayana Kavacha to his son Vishwarupa. Then Vishwarupa gave it to Indra, and the demigods got the benefit of it. So because of this Narayana Kavacha, Dadichi's body is now very strong. So you should beg him for his body. And Lord Vishnu said, he will give it to you. Because he's very advanced in religious understanding. And when he gives you the body, then from his bones, Vishwakarma will make a thunderbolt for you from the bones. And with that thunderbolt, you can kill the demon Vritrasura, because it will be invested with the power of the Lord. And when Vritrasura is killed, then you will get all your strength and wealth, everything. And Lord Vishnu also tells the demigods, he said, although Vritrasura can destroy all the three worlds, he said, do not fear that he will harm you. He is also a devotee and will never be envious of you. Right? Who is this Vritrasura? Right, yes. So a devotee of the Lord is never envious of anyone. What to speak of other devotees? Vritrasura was also a devotee, therefore he was not envious of the demigods. So this is amazing, that although he's in the body of a demon, he has the qualities of a devotee. He's not attached to anything. Devotee, Prabhupada said, a devotee never hesitates to give up even his own body. For a devotee, there is no difference between living and dying, because in this life a devotee engages in devotional service, and after giving up his body, he engages in the same service in the spiritual world. His devotional service is never hindered. So a devotee doesn't worry, live or die. We live to serve Krishna, and when we die, we go on to serve Krishna some other place. No difference. So in this way, demigods are told, you have to go and get charity. You have to go and beg charity from someone. You have to go to Dadichi and ask him for his body. Not a very easy charity to get from people who would like to give up their body, you know. Just to get people to give up one organ or something, you know, like, you know, when Narasimha Swami was having organ transplant, they had to find somebody to give the organs, right? They had to wait for someone to die, some young man in a car crash or something, and then they got the organs. No, not very common that people are willing to give up the organ, but your Dadichi is going to give up his body. If you go to Naimisharanya, there's a place there, they've got Dadichi's house there. They said this is called Dadichi's Griha there. I don't know if he actually lived there, but we've got his place there, Naimisharanya. So he's a great soul. And he could give the Narayana Kavacha to Twasta, It was to give to Vishwarup. Vishwarup gave it to Indra. And now we have it in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Alright, any questions?
Maharaj, Vishwarup has given to Indra. He is not there, right? He is not there, no? Vishwarupa given to Indra, this kavach. Correct?
Vishwarupa?
Given to Indra,
Narayana
kavach. Correct. But he, where is he now? He is not there in this world. Vishwarupa.
Huh?
He got killed.
Vishwarupa was killed, right? By Indra.
The Narayana Kavacha was given by Vishwarupa to Indra. Then how come Vishwarupa got killed?
If he has Narayana.
He's not there, no?
How come Vishwarupa was killed?
Yeah.
Because he was offering oblations to the demons.
That's okay, but then you said that Vishwarupa gave this curse to Indra. Right? So at that time, Vishwarupa was there, no?
Yes.
Yeah?
I cannot recollect this.
Vishwarup was there, but Vishwarup was offering, when he was doing the yagyas, he was offering oblations for the demons as well as the demigods.
I mean, after giving this kavach, he was killed, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, first he gave the kavacha, then he was doing the yagya, he was regularly doing a yagya, making offerings, every day making offering for the demigods. But he was also offering for the demons. So Indra was afraid losing his position. And out of fear, without thinking, irrationally killed him. And so they had to suffer. Killed a Brahmana.
Regarding the prayers, praying to the Lord, sometimes we notice that we are in danger, we are in problem, and then, we ask, Prabhupada also say, whenever you are in danger, whenever you are in problem, you chant Narasimha mantra, you chant Hare Krishna mantra, all the dangers go away. So, but practice to pray to the Lord for every small problem. We just keep praying to the Lord, and it got so used to that if we're not praying, then we're not seeing result. Like for example, I go to the railway station and I'm very late. Like I'm praying, oh Lord, I should not miss the train. But one day I thought I should not pray for every small thing. When I went, the train left. It just never happened. Then I'm thinking, because I did not pray, I was just proud enough to not to pray. And so this is like, this kind of prayer is also not good quality prayer, like good standard prayer.
Well, if your prayer is in line with devotional service, if you're to catch the train to go and do some devotional service, then it's okay. But if you're just praying to, I catch the train, I want to go for my, for some, material thing which has nothing to do with Krishna service, then it's not very good. But if it's in connection with your service to Krishna, then you can pray. You don't want to be praying all the time, every day, everything. But at the same time, we do want to remember Krishna. So, just like when Prabhupada was sick, when Prabhupada was ill, it was going on for several months, So the devotees asked Prabhupada how we should pray. And Prabhupada told it, he said, Dear Lord Krishna, if you so desire, please save Srila Prabhupada. So you can also pray like that. Dear Lord Krishna, if you so desire, please let me catch the train. and see what is Krishna's desire. Okay, Prabhu.
Maharaj, sometimes in preaching we find that in ISKCON, so preachers say, you must approach demigods and ask for pure bhakti. Is it a good way?
No, we approach demigods and ask for pure bhakti. If you want pure bhakti, you have to go to something who's got pure bhakti. We don't go to demigods to ask for something they have not got. How can they give you something they don't have?
Normally, like we have a lot of Shiva temples and dhams. Like there's a Shiva temple in Yogapeeth. In Vrindavan also there's a lot of Shiva temples where Kshetrapal Shiv, Gopeshwar Shiv. So like when we go to Shivji, we can pray for Bhakti, right? And he's not a
Yeah, when you go to Lord Shiva, well, Lord Shiva is the master of false ego. So you can ask him to take away your false ego so that you can serve Krishna. Yeah.
And similarly, if there is a temple of Shakti, Durga temple, and like if there's temple of Shakti, Durga Devi, and
Well, we have the temple at
Parama.
yeah, what is it? Where she's offering to Lord Chaitanya's Lord.
Shrimantini.
Simantini. Yeah, Simantini. So Simantini, that's part of Krishna Lila, you know, Chaitanya Lila. That she's getting the blessings of Lord Chaitanya. And so Simantini, she's praying to Lord Chaitanya. So you can also pray to Simantini to bring into Lord Chaitanya. To help you also get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya as she got the mercy. How did she get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya? She chanted the name of Gauranga. She chanted Gauranga's holy name and worshipped him. So you can take shelter of her and ask her to empower you to help you also to get closer to Lord Chaitanya. Yeah. You can do like that. Yeah, Janani Bas was a little worried about that in the beginning, bringing in Simantini, that is, you know, is it in relation to Bhakti, but Lord Chaitanya is there also. It's not just Simantini, we're not just worshipping Simantini on our own, but it's in relation to Krishna. So when Krishna, Lord Chaitanya is there, then it's Bhakti. But if you just worship Simantini on her own, then you might forget about Lord Chaitanya. So connection has to be there to the Supreme Lord. Right? And Brahma Samhita, Shristi Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Saktireka. Right? And then Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham. So we have to remember Krishna also. We don't just worship the demigods independently of Krishna. So you can worship Lord Shiva in a similar way to help us to get Krishna. Okay, Hare Krishna. Prabhupada ki jai. Government of India ki jai.